celebrate the beginning of fall or autumn. Which one do you say? These yummy goodies are all allergy friendly with no wheat, egg, dairy, or peanuts. Recipe number 1, double chocolate oatmeal cookies. Starting out with the vegan butter, and that's 1/2 cup of vegan butter. And of course, if you don't have any food allergies, you can use the regular kind if you like. I don't use my stand mixer very often, so it was really neat to pull that out, and it really did help me out on this day that I made 3 different goodies. Next, I'm going to measure out 1/2 cup of brown sugar. It smells so good. I don't really use brown sugar that often, so I never do try the trick where you put a piece of bread in there to keep it from getting hard. I need to try that. Here I'm just talking to myself, don't mind me. And there is a second sugar, the white sugar, and that is 1/4 cup. Let's get this party started. Come on, guys. Woo! Now, on this recipe, I believe I have some deleted footage. I'm not sure exactly what happened, but we're making it work. So I will be sure to tell you anything that was missed. So I think I'll go ahead and tell you that I added 3/4 cup of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1/3 cup of cocoa powder, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, which is what I'm going to do here. And before I got started, I went ahead and got the vegan egg substitute ready. So it's 1 tablespoon of powder to 2 tablespoons of water, and you mix it really well, and then it thickens up. So I will add that eventually as well. And then 1/4 cup of rolled oats, 3/4 cup of chocolate chips, dairy-free. So what I did was bake those for 9 to 11 minutes at 350, and as you can see, they came out beautiful and delicious. These were my son's favorite out of the 3 recipes. And since I did have deleted footage, we're already on recipe 2, which is gluten-free pumpkin cookies with chocolate chips. And I think I've already started with half a cup of pumpkin puree, 1 teaspoon of baking soda. I will be adding 3/4 cup of brown sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, 2 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice. And I didn't have that, but I did have apple pie spice, so that's what I used instead, and it worked just as well. I will add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/2 cup of white sugar. Oh my lord, what is happening? And 1/2 cup of vegan butter, as well as 1 cup of chocolate chips. So I have already added everything to the bowl and it's mixed up. I think all I have left to incorporate are the chocolate chips. And we are using regular chocolate chips, not the dairy-free kind, because those don't seem to bother my son. So I will get out my huge baking pan, cookie pan, and add the parchment paper to it. If you do that, you do not have to add any kind of cooking spray, which I think I did that on the first cookies and it kind of burnt. So I never did add any more spray after that. So here I'm showing you the finished product. And what I'll do is I'll take, in my awkward thumbs up, and I'll take, I don't know, it looks like about 1.5 tablespoons to 2 tablespoons, and I'm just making them into rough shaped balls. And I probably made them bigger than they should be, but they turned out just fine. And we will bake these at 350 for 13 to 18 minutes until slightly golden brown. As you can see, they turned out beautiful and delicious. I really wish I had one right now. Recipe number 3, pumpkin bread. All 3 of these recipes you can find on Pinterest. I'm adding 1 cup of canned pumpkin puree to the stand mixer. I will be adding 1 teaspoon of baking soda, and I just put my baking soda into a baking powder canister. And then I will add 1/2 teaspoon of gluten-free baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 cup of white sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of pure vanilla extract, but I ran out of the pure vanilla, so I am using the bigger bottle that's cheaper from the store, and you know what, it tastes just as good. In this recipe it calls for 3 eggs, so I used 3 of the substitute eggs, which is 3 tablespoons of powder times 6 tablespoons of water, and it did not mix up very well. So that was the biggest downfall of this recipe, was that there were kind of chunks of the substitute egg in the bread. Of course, it doesn't have much of a flavor, but it's kind of weird, and you don't want to bite into a big chunk of that. So the next time I do that, I will have to really make sure it's incorporated better into the batter. But the secret is to get it smooth when you're first adding the water to the powder. You really have to mix well, otherwise it will just clump up on you. And I'll be adding 1/3 cup of vegetable oil, 1.5 cups of gluten-free all-purpose flour, 1/4 teaspoon of xanthan gum, if your flour does not already have it, and mine did, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, but again I used apple pie spice and it tasted just as good. And on this recipe I had some chocolate chips left, so I did add them to the top. I sort of wish I hadn't done that, just so I could experience the bread on its own and like maybe put it in the toaster in the morning. But I did it because I'm a chocoholic, and it was delicious, but like I said, I wish I would have left it off. Go ahead and spray your 9x5 loaf pan with some spray, and then we'll put it in a preheated oven at 350 degrees. And I bake this for, I can't remember exactly, but 50 to 60 minutes until a toothpick comes out clean. And it was really tasty. It has really good flavors. Despite the substitutes, it was a really yummy dessert. And I'm so thankful that there are recipes for folks who do have food allergies, because the kind that you buy are so expensive. The ready-made items, whether it's bread or cookies, they are very expensive. So it's nice to do this for my kiddo every once in a while. And he certainly does love it. I am adding in the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, just want to take a moment to thank each and every one of you who have subscribed, if I could say it right, and watched my little videos. It's something I've been thinking about for a long time, and I just love YouTube. And so I thought I'd give it a try. So it's totally an experiment to see, and a hobby, but I'm really, it's very interesting to see, how many views I get and everything. So I'm just having fun with it, and I hope you are as well. So I really appreciate it. On this one, I had read or saw where it says to not scoop out your flour, to add it into the cup with a spoon. Otherwise, you may be adding too much flour into your recipe. So that's why I'm making a mess here, because I read that. The finished product.